fans we've seen yet. Make sure you disappoint them.
What's up, MP?
Objects in motion, stay in motion. Long
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for him.
And his scoring numbers have been moving in the right direction these past few years. He's continued to get better at adjusting to what opposing defenses are throwing at him, and he's finding ways to get buckets by any means necessary.
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. Bobby Portis out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Connect. Then it's Williams. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. And for the Timberwolves, we've got Edwards. Alexei Pokusevski is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Dillingham. And it's Howard in at the 3, the small forward. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers.
Hit me, I'm open.
Here's Boomer. He played a great game against New Orleans. Good.
I tell you, it always feels great getting those first points on the board.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Out to the right wing. Randle inside. Portis on him. Randle can't hit. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
Oh, my. Talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
Minnesota with the ball. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. Boomer passes to Portis. Here's Boomer. Outside, Williams. Portis with a screen on Howard. And here's Connect outside. Sends it home from three-point land.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Dillingham. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. Pass to Howard. Back to Randle. Looking to end the run. Drops in the 3.
Oh, my goodness, what a response by Randle. Yes, you can make a 3, so can I.
You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Here's Dillingham, following the score by Los Angeles.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
For 3, Bridges. Randle pulls down the board.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
Pass to Dillingham. To the paint. Edwards can't hit.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Hits the trifecta.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch, and we discussed Mikal Bridges. Coach said Mikal creates a lot of problems with his movement off the ball. He keeps the defense on its toes. We can't allow him to get into a rhythm. And he also praised Bridges' on-ball defense. He'll be the focus of their game plan tonight. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. Offline with a 3. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to Bridges. Here's Boomer. From the arc. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. And here's Howard. And here's Dillingham from the arc. It's hauled in by Portis.
I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And we've got word of some news out of the Pacific Northwest. Shams Charania, always with the latest info for us. Shams, what's going on with the Trailblazers?
Thanks, Brian. They're very excited to welcome Mark Williams into their lineup. He's a 7-footer who can clean up the glass and get you buckets. He'll certainly help shore up their game down low.
Always something going on, and we appreciate the update, Shams. Thanks. Count that one. Connect's got 8 points.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Some changes for Los Angeles. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Williams. Marshall comes in for Portis. And Doncic has subbed in for Mikal Bridges. 44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Randall outside to halt the run. Nails it from beyond the arc. Randall's got his second basket.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
Boomer passes to Marshall. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Outstanding long-range shooting here early. They already have hit multiple shots from downtown.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Butler passes to McDaniels. Here's Neely, guarded by Doncic. Now here's McDaniels. He's closely guarded. Just 4 to shoot. Oh, and Turner with a block. Doncic outside. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer.
What a huge shot to beat the buzzer. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. Back to the game after this break. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
We've got McDaniels, Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Butler, and it's Neely in at the 2. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Pelicans got the job done. He dropped 48 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. What a game for him, and against their rivals, no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. About halfway through the year now, Doris, some teams that started off well have run into trouble.
Brian, doesn't it almost feel like an inevitability that over the course of such a long season, adversity is bound to set in? And sometimes it takes many forms. Sometimes it's as simple as an injury. Sometimes you've had a tough stretch of games, maybe 4 or 5, on the road against tough competition, and then you get your confidence shaken a little bit. This is the beauty of the league. Winning is hard. Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Doncic right side. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. Bridges comes in for Marshall. So it's Minnesota now. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Neely's shot is off. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. They retain possession. Doncic outside. Second shot opportunity. Luka! Get off me!
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Here's the pick. Butler taking his time here. Outside McDaniels. 5 on the clock. Some solid defense from Williams.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Lakers. 1:46 left in the second period. Outside Edwards. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. Here's Howard. Minnesota again missing. The Lakers lead by 16. Here's Doncic. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
For 3, Randall. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Got a hand on it.
Oh, send it back, Aleksej Pokusevski. Make him feel that 7-foot frame.
In transition, here they come. Here's Portis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Dillingham. Still no points. Pass to Pokusevski.
I got yours.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. And Edwards, here we go. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Here's Boomer. 11 points in the game. Gets the 3 to fall. Boomer's got 5 points now this quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and...
Oh, wow!
Oh, give me a little sauce, Anthony Edwards. Rise high and finish over the defender.
Right here.
Here's Boomer. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be right back.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I think it's funny watching these guys play defense. This is a circus, and they're getting clowned.
Giving up too many easy looks for sure, but who knows? Maybe after intermission, they'll bring out the Tigers.
Rawr.
And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the top performer for each squad thus far.
When you have two players going at each other like this, it becomes a point of pride. That's when the sparks fly. That's when it gets interesting.
For us and for the fans watching. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. And here's Minnesota now on the court for the Lakers. They've got Williams. Mikal Bridges is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Connect, and it's Boomer in at the one. And the basket by Edwards.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Portis, the pass to Boomer. Fires for three. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Pass to Howard. Randall outside. Here's the three. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
Yeah, you know that when Julius Randle gets into his rhythm offensively, he can be problematic for defensive teams.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Jacks up with three. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
For three, Bridges. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Randall outside. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek. I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Pass to Howard. To the inside. Randall can't hit.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Bridges passes to Portis. That one drops for him. Portis has got 6.
Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
Here's Dillingham. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Now Pokusevski. Pass to Dillingham. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Minnesota again missing.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Boomer. Pokusevski covering. Here's Bridges. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. It's Edwards on the wing. A real weapon on offense, averaging around 24.5 a game.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic's so pretty, so fluid.
Here's Boomer. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Oh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. And Minnesota calls time here.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
So both teams making some changes here. And the three-point contest is one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend. Here are some of the contenders who have a shot to compete in the event.
And perhaps that list changes a little between now and All-Star Weekend, but I would have no problems if those guys end up competing.
You take a look at Edwards. He's going to need to move up this list big time to be part of the three-point contest. But he's got a shot.
Maybe, especially if he can get hot from beyond the arc, and he certainly has the ability to do so.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
Counted from distance. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, the deep ball from Luka Doncic. This guy does not lack for confidence.
Pass to Howard. 36 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And here's Dillingham from the arc. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold and only so much time to turn it around.
Here's Martin. Lays it up and in despite excellent defense.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Dillingham. No points yet. To end the run. Knocks down the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Butler. Rudy Gobert is out there with McDaniels. And it's Neely in at the 2. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since.
McDaniels, a screen on Doncic. Neely's shot is off.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
And another 3 for the Lakers.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. That'll conclude their longest homestand of the season, 5 games. Oh, stolen by Turner. Here's Wilson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Butler passes to Neely. With some arc. Rebound by the Lakers. Here's Boomer. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Butler. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Pass to Neely. Picked by Gobert. They need this. Minnesota again missing.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Randall outside. Lets it go from deep. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Here's Boomer. Takes a 3. Drains the triple. Boomer's got 18 points now here in the second half.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Randall. The rebound by Turner.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Boomer. Lays it up and banks it in. Boomer's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, the extraordinary playmaking instincts of Luka Doncic on display right there.
Doncic against Edwards. Now here's Pokusevski. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
Out left to the wing. Here's Boomer. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a three-point opportunity.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
And another theme in this game to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
There's a minute 40 left in the fourth. Outside Edwards. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Turner's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And what a huge performance it was for Boomer.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Minnesota's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. And he jams it home with authority.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Edwards, a pass to Howard. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. The kick out to Edwards. Off target with the 3. The Lakers dominating the game. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. Pass to Boomer. tied it in with a nice touch off the window. Boomer's got 44.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Edwards.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And he drops a first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets a three fly. Yes.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
You earned that one. Good win. Let's keep it going. Cavs always come to play, especially at home. Lock in, MP.
What's shaking, MP? MP, you're my favorite player, man. You always deliver.
You can take him. I just know it.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You take a look at Los Angeles. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason.
You know, for Los Angeles, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
And now the Lakers starting group. Connect out there with Boomer. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Bridges. And it's Williams at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Cavaliers, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Darius Garland is out there with Bosh. And it's Abaji in at the small forward. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
Now, here's Bridges. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 5. Here is Boomer, guarded by Garland. Boomer, no good. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
To Abaji. Now one against Williams. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others not so much. You look at San Antonio. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And checking out the Lakers, they were projected to be one of, if not the best team in our league. And thus far, they have not disappointed.
Here is Boomer. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Portis sets the pick for Bridges. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Mobley finds Bosh. Cleveland moving the ball around. And another miss by Cleveland. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Portis. Bridges passes to Williams. Here's Connect. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. We both had the same topic, Mikal Bridges, and the impact he can have on the game. Coach told me he's someone we've talked about for sure. You can't let him out-hustle us. That's when he does the most damage. We'll see if they can match Bridges' energy. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
There's Garland. Great look there, but off target. Lakers leading by 7. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Portis sets the pick for Bridges. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's Bosch. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Drains it from 17 feet out. Bosch has got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here is Boomer. Pass to Bridges. Here is Boomer, guarded by Garland. Boomer, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
A rebound by the Lakers.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Oh, nice pass there. Garland with the great vision. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now, here's Garland. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Allen. It's hauled in by Boomer.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Lets it go. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Boomer's got his second bucket tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's Bosch. Jacks up a three. That shot no good. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of...
Foot of the gas, FP. Get in there.
They've got Garland. He's out there with Bosch. And it's Abaji in at the three, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Pass to Bosch. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Misses the layup. Pulls it up. He drains the quick shot. Boomer's got his third basket of the night.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer, in the last game against the Timberwolves, had a huge game. He finished with 47 points, and he reached that total with some superb shooting from deep. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match, but he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Boomer gets the bucket.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
Pass to Agbaji. Lets the three fly. Drills it from outside. Abaji's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Williams has a screen for Bridges. No coverage that time. Bridges has got 8.
A capable shooter from all 3 levels, and Bridges with the smooth release.
The Cavaliers trail by 17. Pass to LaRavia. Back to Garland. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
The Cavaliers have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. That one good for 2. Tyson's got his second bucket of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now. You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Garland with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Bridges. Portis sets the pick for Bridges. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bridges has got 5 points in the quarter. And so we conclude the first half. Los Angeles on top, leading by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Cleveland.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
I was just thinking about all the changes we've seen to the all-star voting process over the years. A lot of new factors in play now.
Yeah, like social media. Definitely tips the scales when it comes to who's selected.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Los Angeles Lakers.
They've made it fun to watch. Some of the best players in the world doing what they do best, Ernie.
Yeah, when everything clicks, it can be the most beautiful game on earth. 5 guys with one mission. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Mark, we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
It really is, Kevin. I mean, you almost feel like every 7-footer in the league is a capable perimeter shooter that can consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I actually enjoy it. I mean, the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently is pretty fun to watch.
So for the Lakers right now, Bridges out there with Portis, and it's Boomer. Then it's Williams. And it's Connect in at the 2. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads get down to 14 points now in the basket from Garland.
Garland striking back at the arc, putting his competitiveness on display.
Here's Boone. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
On the free throw, no good. Cleveland's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Bridges for 3. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Abaji. Mobley wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Lakers leading by 19. Here is Boomer. 10 points for him.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Abaji. Back to Bosh. Allen with the screen for Bosh. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Portis sets the pick for Bridges. Here's Boone. A 3-pointer is right on target. Boomer's got 13.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
The Cavaliers again can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
From the arc. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Tyson's checked in. And the Lakers also making a switch. Doncic is checked in. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Garland, the pass to Allen. Back to Garland. Bosh scanning the floor. Screen by Allen. Bosh can't hit.
You know, the scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Pass to Bridges. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Williams. Martin comes in for Bridges, and it's Marshall in for Connect. Now here's Bosch after the miss from Boone. Bosch dishes to Garland. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Garland's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Cavs.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here is Boomer. 16 points for him. Drops in the layup for 2. Boomer's got 10 points in the quarter.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Garland surveying the D. Pass to Tyson. Shoots. A rebound by the Lakers.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boomer gets the bucket.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Doncic against Bosch. Drives to the hoop. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight with 1 on the clock, and again it's the Lakers.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Los Angeles on top, delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what positioning.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Boone's checked in. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 14-4 run right now. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Bosch is out there with Darius Garland. And it's Abaji in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Doncic passes to Boone. There's the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Boomer's got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
There's Garland. Rejected by Boone. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Good. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year. And when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take that first game of the season series. That's what they've done here tonight against the Cavs.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Boomer.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
With how well Garland scores it, in that pick and roll, the roller should always be open.
Pass to Wilson. For three. And the three is knocked down. Deep ball good and a nice shot from Boone.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
To the middle, here's Allen, and Allen slams it in.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
From downtown, missed. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they...
That's what I'm talking about. Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken.
There it is. Man, it's your world. We just live it.
The Hawks on their way to the locker room earlier, hoping to send their fans home happy tonight. Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And one thing he's gotten better at as the years have gone on is scoring the ball, shouldering a bigger load of the offense and being willing to accept the responsibility of a go-to option for this team.
And now the Los Angeles starters. They've got Bobby Portis. He's out there with Mikal Bridges. Connect is out there with Williams. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. And for Atlanta, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Hayes is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's McKinney in at the 3. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Here's Hayes. Shot from 12. Williams grabs the board. Now Los Angeles with it. Here's Connect. Bridges outside. The floater. And he takes it up and lays it in.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges so tough inside.
Hayes with it. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Here's Johnson. And it's Connect with a rebound. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Pass to Okongwu. Over to the left wing. Now here's Hayes. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Here's Boomer. Last game with 30. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Hayes for three. Sinks it from distance. Hayes has got 5.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Bridges outside. Pass to Portis. Launches it. On target from range.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hey, shot's good. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Boomer. Pulls up on the wing. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Hayes finds Okongwu. And Williams over to help. On the wing, Daniels. Johnson for 3. And it's Connect with a rebound.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He finished with 30 points, and he helped stretch things out with a few three-point buckets. And when he plays like that, it's easy to see why this team can be so hard to beat lately. They'll try and stay hot in this one.
Outstanding. Thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on, see if he can't replicate that performance.
Now here's Bridges. In the game against Cleveland, very impressive. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter here. A good-looking shot from the wing. Bridges has got his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And the shot goes.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to Boomer. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray. Boomer's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Hayes, the pass to Okongwu. Here's Johnson. Here's McKinney. Hayes with it. Picked up by Okongwu. Three-pointer. Williams grabs the board. Los Angeles leading by 3. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Boomer can't get it to go.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
And here's Hayes. He's got 9. There's the 3. Connects from downtown. 12 points for him. He got it up. Tie game in Atlanta. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for George. McKinney comes in for Peterson and quickly subbed in for Daniels. Jalen Johnson is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. Then it's Jackson. And it's McKinney in at the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. To the middle. Claxton can't get it to go.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Goes up on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And it's a tie ball game.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Jackson, the pass to Quickly. There's a screen by Johnson. Down low. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Bobby Portis.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game now. First free throw is good. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Here's Boomer. He's got 7. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night. And that one misses. And for Atlanta, they're shooting around 41%. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers. Connect's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Boomer. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Boomer's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
1:44 left in the first half. Hayes finds Okongwu. That one falls. Okongwu's got his first points of the night.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. To the wing, right side. Here's Connect. Give him 8 points now. Williams with the screen. And it's Connect missing. And for the Hawks, they're shooting only 36% during the second. Pass to McKinney. 1:03 left in the first half. Now Hayes. He's got 12. 4 on the clock. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Boomer. Lets it go. McKinney pulls it in. Pass to Hayes. 32 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's Peterson. He's guarded by Bridges.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. Daniels is checked in for McKinney. And the Lakers also making a switch. Doncic checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Portis, left side. Bridges outside. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Bridges. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Lakers ahead. They lead by 1. And we'll return shortly.
Hello, everybody. Tipping off halftime. Let's start things off with a look at the All-Star voting.
Well, at the start of the voting, the leaders are the guys that everyone already knows. As you go along, usually new guys enter the mix.
Every year, it's a compelling story. Those guys who weren't expected to make an All-Star impact doing just that. Well, as we check out the results of the first half for the Lakers, it's been neck and neck.
Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can quiet a hostile crowd, Shaq.
Yeah, boos from the stands can be a motivator.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Boomer. And so in the game for Los Angeles, they've got Connect. Bobby Portis out there with Williams. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Boomer in at point guard.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's Daniels. To the middle. Here's McKinney. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's a one-point game. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. And that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. Count the basket. Bridges has got 9.
And Bridges is used to having to make contested shots. Good defense just doesn't faze him.
Here's McKinney. He's guarded by Bridges. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Boomer can't get it to go. And for Atlanta, they're shooting 41% in this game. Here's Daniels. Hayes for 3. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Here's Boomer. He shoots. Good as the jump shot falls. 13 points in the game. The Hawks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Hayes, the pass to McKinney. Johnson a screen on Bridges. McKinney. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Here's Boomer. He's got 13. And he gets it to go. Portis has gotten his second bucket.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Hayes, the pass to Okongwu. Back to Hayes. Pass to Okongwu. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Hayes misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Now here's Hayes. He's got 15. And finished off by Hayes.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Boomer. 1:44 left in the third quarter. And here's Connect outside. Fires in the triple. Connect's got 11 points.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. George, he's checked in for Johnson. Peterson comes in for McKinney. Jackson, he's checked in for Daniels. And Emmanuel Quickly subbed in for Hayes. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Bridges passes to Boomer. The rebound by the Hawks.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Here's Peterson. 7 points in the game. Deflected! It's Bridges on the wing. Jackson against Doncic. Oh, Doncic playing above the rim.
Going on the attack, Luka doesn't give them a chance to get between him and the rim.
35 seconds left in the third. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Jackson from deep. The rebound by Turner. Los Angeles has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic with it. The shot comes out. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
Going with a whole new group out there. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Hayes. And it's McKinney in at the 3 slot. So that's the Hawks 5.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. This one for 3. Oh, nice shot by Boomer.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Hayes. 6 to shoot to the inside. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Here's Boomer. He's defended by Hayes. Shoots. Again, the Lakers.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And a missed layup. The Lakers lead by 10. The 15-footer. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's McKinney. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. There's the drive.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Johnson uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Right side, Williams. Bridges outside. Pass to connect. Bridges outside. Here's Boomer. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Boomer's got 22 points. Hawks trail by 10. Here's Hayes. Man, that one's good. He's got 19.
He doesn't have the quickness of some guys, but he sees everything, including that opening.
Here's Boomer. And there's the... Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Lakers.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well, but just really impressive.
And tonight's win will give them an even 40 on the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Boomer.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Johnson. Here's McKinney from behind the arc. The shot off that time.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Boomer. The three. He buries it from three. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.
Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with it.
What's up, MP? We know MP came ready to play.
Up next, the Clippers taking on the Lakers. For the Clippers, they are on the road and looking to make a statement win against a top opponent. A win here could turn their season around, and it all happens next. Lakers, Clippers, coming up next on 2K Sports. It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Take a look at the Lakers, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Clippers just way behind.
And when I look at the Lakers, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
And the Clippers starting five. Tari Eason is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. Then it's James. And it's Dick in at the shooting guard. And for the Lakers, we've got Bridges. Williams is out there with Portis. Then it's Connect. And it's Boone in at the point guard. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Here we are, Brent, right in the middle of the season now. How do players stay mentally sharp during this time of year?
Well, it's really coming down to a lot of what the support staff can do for your team. Physically, you want to be in the best condition you can. So are you getting your massages? Are you taking care of your treatments? Are you getting in the weight room to make sure your body is not atrophying in any way? You keep that strength that you put on in the off season. All these little things add up to you maintaining a level of performance and consistency that your teammates and yourself can rely on, Kevin.
And it's the Lakers ball. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Dick can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Here's Mathurin after the made shot from Boone. Mathurin with the ball. Connect picks him up.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Lets it go from the wing. Boomer, no good.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Pass to James. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Now Dick. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. We talked about Benedict Mathurin, their confident wing. Coach said guarding Mathurin is a challenge. He's got that it factor. We've told our guys who are defending him, you have to try to match his intensity. He'll eat you alive. Checking Benedict Mathurin, never an easy assignment. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Robinson after the made shot from Boone. Dick with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Let's us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Lakers leading by 5. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Connect. The three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. James, the pass to Dick. James looking around. 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Mitchell Robinson, one of those guys who you could be blocking out, but it's just not enough with that length.
Here is Boomer. James defending. Williams has a screen for Connect. Carries it from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Dick. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And that one drops for him.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Lakers leading by 4. Let's go. Boomer, no good. Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Outside, James. Pass to Eason. Shoots over Portis. It's rebounded by Portis.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
That one falls. Connects. Got 5 now.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Outside, James. Eason with a screen for James. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, pretty.
Both teams making substitutions here.
Get him, MP. Your time.
Here is Boomer. He has 7. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Wagner. Also Sadiq Bey out there. Mitchell Robinson out there with Grady Dick. And it's Jerome in at the 1 spot. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer in the last game against the Hawks was all business. He added 29 points and he hit some big shots behind the arc, making an impact from deep. That game proved why he's a star in this league. Another great performance. Somebody you pay to watch. We're all excited to see what he does tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Boomer, no good. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Dick. He has 6. There's 1:38 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Jerome. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Lakers leading by 7. Here's Boone. Takes it inside.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Dick. And the call will be against Dalton Connect. That is his first foul of the game. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Connect. The Clippers also changing it up. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Wagner. And James subbed in for Ty Jerome. .109 left to play in the first half. Now here's Bay. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Here is Boomer. 11 points in the game. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And it's an 11-point Laker lead.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
James, the pass to Robinson. Here's Dick. Shoots. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Doncic. 17 seconds left now here in the second. Off with the layup.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
And every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Utility guys like Sadiq Bey can be very valuable assets. He really makes the effort to give you a little bit of everything out there and try to make a difference.
Here's Bridges. The good-looking shot from the wing. Bridges has got his first 2 points. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Right back after this break.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank our handles.
Okay, obviously, first is me. Second, I'll get that to you, Ernie. Third, I'll go with our IT guy. He really surprised me. Then you, Shaq.
There's no way I'm after Ernie.
Shaq, if you want to be better, you can be.
And switching gears now to that first half, what a difficult start for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I can't see what they're trying to do offensively. Maybe with a little more patience, that shooting percentage will tick upwards.
Yeah, we saw several instances where the guys should have just made the extra pass. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Not like what Boomer has done in this game.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Williams is out there with Portis. And it's Boomer. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Connect in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Clippers with the ball. Following the 3 from Boone. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Dick, that's good.
Well, how about that? The big man, Mitchell Robinson, able to find a teammate.
Lakers leading by 13. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Boone. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Clippers trail by 16. Outside, James. That one goes in. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's Boone. Oh,
no goodness.
And he jams it with authority.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Here's James after the basket by the Lakers. And James throws it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Ulrich. David?
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So, it's more pay-for-play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. So it's the Lakers now, after the Clippers pick up 2. On the wing, Bridges, defended by Mathurin. 6 to shoot. Williams sets a screen for Bridges. And it's off from 3-point range. Clippers trail by 15. Now James. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Boom. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And here is James. Pass to Dick. Back to James. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Williams. Driving in.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's James. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. I don't like what Boomer has done in this game.
They got to be using this timeout to think about a personnel change or a game plan change to try to slow him down.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Turner's checked in for Williams. Martin comes in for Bobby Portis. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Connect. Here's Jerome, guarded by Boone. Mathurin for three. The rebound by Turner.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Bay after the made shot from Boone. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Bay wide open, and he fires. And again, it's the Clippers missing. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Boone. And another basket for the Lakers.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Wagner finds Bay. The Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. First one falls for him. Bay hits them both. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers taking a 19-point lead into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch. Team's making some changes here.
Always, coach. All right, get in there.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Boomer gets the bucket.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
So for the Clippers right now, Benedict Mathurin is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dick. Then it's Robinson. And it's James in at the 1. Dick with it. Outside Mathurin. 4 on the clock. Robinson, a screen on Bridges. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Boom. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's James. It's Robinson high post. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all? It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Robinson sets a screen for James. Shot to stop the run. Misses at the rim. Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Boomer, no good. The Clippers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Mathurin. And rebounded by Connect. Connect's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Boomer.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Connect sets a screen for Bridges. Pass to Connect. Over Mathurin, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
The drive by James. On the wing, Mathurin. Here's Eason. No good from outside. Here is Boomer. James covering. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Way to bring the effort tonight. Way to bring home that W. Long season. Time to grab that lunch pail and go to work. Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Here's Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest. Good evening and welcome. Glad to have you along for this Tuesday edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Los Angeles. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Golden State Warriors.
When you look ahead, there are a lot of winnable games, but you really can't think that as a player. You have to take every opponent seriously because this is the NBA. No game is a freebie.
The starters for Utah. We've got John Collins. He's out there with Clint Capella. Collier is out there with Williams. And it's Nash in at the 2. And for the Lakers, they've got Williams. Bobby Portis out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Connect. And it's Boomer in at the point. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Outside, Williams. Here's Collier. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Portis. Here's Boomer. Nice shot from the wing.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with the Lakers head coach. He was talking about unsung contributions, particularly those from Clint Capella. He cited the hard screens, the rebounding, the willingness to get his hands dirty. This is a guy who never complains. He just puts his hard hat on and he goes to work. Brian?
Allie, thank you. Here's Connect. Off target at the rim. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And he lobs it up to the rim. Portis with the steal. Here's Boomer. The 3 ball. Williams grabs the board. Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside. To the left side wing. Here's Nash. The rebound by Bridges. The Lakers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Williams. Now Portis. With the drive. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
For Utah, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Outside, Williams. The Jazz again can't hit.
0 for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
And here's Connect outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
Outside, Williams. Fires the 3. He drops it from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Yes, it's good. Boomer's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
He's coming to work, ready to ball, hitting 3 of his first 4 shots. Okay.
For 3, Collier. Another 3 for Utah.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his 3-point shot as a weapon.
Boomer can't get it to go.
Great opportunity. just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Inside, here's Collins. Some solid defense from Williams.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
To the paint. Off with the layup. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Boomer. 7 points in the game. Buries it from 3.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Here's Nash. Pass to Capella. Collins outside. Here's Collier. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Shot clock at 2. From downtown. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And this is the first season matchup for him against this Utah team.
Talent-wise, they've got the upper hand. I mean, they won every matchup between these teams last year. He got right into the flow of this game, hitting 5 of his first 7 shots.
Here's Collier. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Collins. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
He's capable of torching you from there. Collins has great confidence in his mid-range jumper.
Pass to Williams. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Goes up at the elbow, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
Up top, Collins. From deep, Capella. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a moment. If you're just joining. Now Williams. Pass to Portis. Here's Boomer. The 3. Collins with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Bobby Portis out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Williams. Then it's Connect. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And just so active for his size, Capella is hard to guard.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
This game has been all about tenacity for them, getting right in the defense's business and winning trip after trip to the line.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Clippers put on a show. He ended up with 41 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
RJ, does playing at a faster pace work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Down by 15. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And the Lakers making a change here. Doncic checked in. Williams is checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Curry. Jazz trail by 15. Here's Collier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Collins outside. And another miss by Utah. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. And the basket by Bridges.
Look at that catch and shoot ability from Bridges. Not all forwards have that skill.
The Jazz have gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. And Utah calls time here.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and Coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
.40 seconds left in the second quarter. To the right side. Capella finds Collins. Back to Capella. Over Williams. Pass to Collier. Clock at 4. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Bridges. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Here's Nash. Here's Collins. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Los Angeles. Feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Hello, everybody. Tipping off halftime. Let's start things off with a look at the All-Star voting.
I've got a good idea who I want to see make the cut. So far, these results are close, but I know what I'm thinking. It's right there, Shaq.
That's why this is a democracy, Kenny. One person doesn't get to choose.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Jazz.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense. Can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Lakers lead by 18. So the Utah 5 right now. Williams is out there with John Collins. Then there's Collier. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Nash in at the 2. And yep, it's good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Collins. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Collins has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
Here's Boomer. 19 points in the game. And here is Williams. Utah shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him. That one misses.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Has to connect. The rebound by the Jazz. To the inside. Williams in the post. Yep, that one goes. Williams has got 8.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants to review the game plan. Defense on our 2K leaderboard. Looking at the best when it comes to points per game allowed over the previous month. The Lakers, number 1.
The energy that they're playing with on D has been tremendous the past month. Challenging every shot, making things hard on every opponent.
Fires from deep. Oh, nice shot by Boomer. Boomer's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Here's Collier. Pass to Nash. Here's Collier. Collins a screen. The 11-footer hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. He's got 5.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Pass to connect. Shot from the wing. And he connects with a jumper. And the Lakers lead by 18. The Jazz have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Collier. And he banks in the layup.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Boomer passes to Portis. Here's Boomer. Let's go with a 3. And Los Angeles another 3.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Capella. Outside, Williams. There's 1:59 left in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. Collins a screen. Shoots from 12. Williams misses. The Lakers lead by 19. Boomer passes to Portis. Chalk up 2 there.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And Utah calls time here. A big group substitution here for Utah. Jazz trail by 21. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. And Williams punches it home.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. Here's Boomer. He's got 25. No good there.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
It's tipped. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Bridges against Williams. Bridges passes to Boomer. There's the triple. Drills it from deep. Boomer's got 11 points here in the second half.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since.
Inside. Here's Reed. The Lakers with a rebound. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Doncic. Over Williams. And it's Doncic missing.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. And the way they've been playing, I just don't think they could possibly lose control of this one. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy.
Both teams making substitutions here.
In there.
We've got Mikal Bridges. Bobby Portis out there with Williams. Then it's Connect. And it's Boomer in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The quick look, no good that time. Jazz trail by 9. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Outside, Williams. Hits a three-pointer.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
I'm sure they wish they made this run sooner, but they've still got time to come away and steal this one.
And he comes up with a bucket. Boomer's got 30.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
To the middle. Here's Collins. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Boomer. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Portis against Collins. Collins. Boy, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You have to box out Collins. When you don't, this is exactly what happens.
Here's Boomer. 4-3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Now, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Pass to Collier. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Portis.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
To the left wing. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Here's Connect. Lets it go from the wing. Again, the Lakers score.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Collier, no good. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup, make sure you get a good shot. And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Lakers.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
After coming away with this W, this will give them 42 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Boomer.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple on this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking them down.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Screen by Capella. Can they get it? Ooh, Williams with the block. And they get it back. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
Great win tonight, MP. Try and close this one out early so you can get some rest.
Fans live for games like this one.
It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. A moment here now to see the numbers for Keon Johnson.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. R.J. Barrett is out there with Fleming. Then there's Longley. Then there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Johnson in at the 2 guard. And for the Lakers, we've got Connect. Portis is out there with Bridges. Then it's Williams. And it's Boone in at the 1 spot. So Doris, for a coaching staff, what's the best approach to the second game of a back-to-back?
For me, Kevin, a back-to-back is about two things. It's about maturity, one, but you also have to manage both games. Look at the minutes of the first game and try to balance them in the second game, particularly when you're talking about your veterans.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
And it's the Suns' ball. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
Al Russell, after the missed three from Boone. Clock at 6. And that one's good. Russell.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Here's Boone. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. Rebound by Williams.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Here is Boomer. Connects from three-point range. Boomer's got 7 points in the game. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Johnson outside. Back to Barrett. Driving the lane, and Barrett slams it in.
This guy can finish with either hand. What a finish from R.J. Barrett.
Here's Boone. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Johnson outside. Barrett against Bridges. Now, here's Barrett. Guarded closer. Longley for 3. And rebounded by Connect. Lakers leading by 6. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer in the last game against the Jazz was terrific. He had 42 points and was reliable as ever from distance. Just a fantastic night for him. The kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
All right, guys, I'm told we're about to connect to our insider, Shams Charania, who has a beat on something. Hey, Shams, what's the story?
Hey, Kevin. With the trade deadline nearing, the news tonight is about the Denver Nuggets. They've acquired one of the more mobile and athletic centers in the league. Clint Capella knows his role: defend, run the floor, finish, and rebound at a high level. He might never be a star in this league, but he can star in his role, and that certainly has quite a bit of value.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. And it's the Suns with the ball after Mikal Bridges hitting the 3. Outside, Barrett. Shoots over Bridges. Barrett, no good. Lakers leading by 5. Right wing. Pass to Boomer. Launches it. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll...
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Onside, Barrett. Pass to Russell. Releases. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 7. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And for those of you just... teams deciding to change it up.
You got this, MP.
Here's Johnson. He has 6. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Fleming is out there with Keldon Johnson. Then there's Dunn. Then it's Okoro. And it's Barrett at the point.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Bounce pass from Okoro. Johnson against Portis. Just 5 to shoot. Barrett, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Portis, the pass to Boone. Shoots over Johnson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
A minute 42 left here in the second. 13 feet away. A shot by Fleming, no good. Lakers leading by 10. Here is Boomer. 17 points in the game. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Okoro passes to Fleming. Bridges against Dunn. Outside, Barrett. Pass to Fleming. Phoenix, no good that time either. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against Utah.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
The Suns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. Doncic is checked in for Los Angeles. Longley's checked in for the Suns. Russell comes in for Isaac Okoro. Lakers leading by 11. Driving to the basket. And good that time. That's now 22 points for Boomer.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Fleming. Back to Dunn. Here's Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. Done with it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Screen by Longley. Russell from long range. That one, no good. And so it's Los Angeles, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Los Angeles Lakers.
It's all been gravy, baby, and you know I know all the flavors of gravy. Movement, finding good looks, and shooting the ball at a high clip.
Yeah, beautiful execution at the offensive end. They're in firm control of this game from that standpoint, guys.
How many kinds of gravy are there?
There's barbecue, there's pineapple, there's
gravy.
Orange.
And we've got some trades being made around the league. Always a compelling story.
Their defense just got a lot better. Capella's an elite rim protector. He rebounds. He runs the floor. His value goes beyond the box score.
Yeah, I like what he brings to this lineup.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from Boomer in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And Barrett has got the ball here for Phoenix. It's a 13-point game. We've got Williams connect out there with Boomer. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Portis in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Good on the triple.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Releases. The quick look, no good that time.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And the shot goes down.
Well, tremendous job on the pull-up jumper, right? D'Angelo Russell taking advantage of what the defense gives him.
Over in the corner, Portis. And Fleming pulls it down. Suns trail by 8. Johnson, a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Los Angeles has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And that one, good. Boomer's got 24 points.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Russell kicks to Barrett. Johnson outside. Rebounded by the Lakers. Portis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Boomer. And that's good for 2. And now a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And that one's good. Russell.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here is Boomer. He's guarded by Russell. Boomer the pass to Portis. Here's Connect. Offline with his three. Suns trail by 9. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says he used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, D.A., that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Shot clock at 6. All alone. It's good. Bridges has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
What a wingspan on this young man. Able to get up and over defenders. Nice opportunity on the jump shot.
Johnson with a screen on Portis. A shot by Fleming, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Portis the screen. Here's Boone. And it comes off the front of the rim. Suns trail by 13. Floats one, and the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Williams, great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Lakers lead by 13.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Williams. Caleb Martin comes in for Portis. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Bridges. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Connect. And the Suns here with a different look. Johnson, he's checked in for Fleming. Dunn comes in for R.J. Barrett. Okoro's checked in for Johnson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Longley can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 13. Doncic passes to Boone. Shoots over Huerter. Boomer, no good. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. 34 seconds left in the third. Inside, here's Longley. Second shot opportunity. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here is Boomer. 26 points for him. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go for him. Johnson, the pass to Huerter. From past the arc. No good on that one. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get this.
Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Suns trail by 14. On the court for the Suns. Fleming is out there with R.J. Barrett. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Russell. And it's Longley in at the 5. Johnson, the pass to Longley. Back to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Over Connect. And the basket by Johnson. Here is Boomer. The 3. Drops in the tray. Boomer's got 29.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Fires for three, and another three for the Lakers.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Russell feeling it out a bit. Stolen by Connect. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Boone. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Lakers?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Outside, Longley. Johnson outside. Pass to Longley. To stop the run. Unable to get that one. Excellent D there from Williams. Lakers leading by 23.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Boomer.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Barrett. Williams with the block. And he's able to get it back.
Nice pump fake there. Barrett is an all effort and athleticism. He pays attention to his craft.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Here's Boone. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Wiggins outside. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk.